Two small-time ghost hunters, Dimitri and Jean-Baptiste, thought they hit the jackpot when they stumbled across an abandoned building hidden deep in the woods of Floric, France. The Chartreuse Belcito was built back in 1825, and over the years it's been a quarry, a seminary, a school, even a retirement home. But since 1995, it's been left to rot. Every new owner who tried to fix it up, gone, vanished before the work was ever finished. Nature swallowed it whole until Dimitri and Jean-Baptiste tore through the tree line and stepped inside. They were hoping for a few orbs, maybe a door slam. What they found instead should have stayed buried. Did you see it? When the sheet is thrown, it drapes over a completely humanoid figure. You can even see the frantic hand movements, indicative of someone trying to throw something off of them. How they were able to pinpoint the precise location of the spirit is unknown, but the payoff is absolutely petrifying. Perhaps they figure is the reason so many people left the place abandoned. Number 6. Knock Knock. This guy always knew that the quality of his flat's build wasn't fantastic. He decided to make the best of a bad situation and just roll with the punches. But one night, he just couldn't put it down to bad build quality when he was jolted up at 2:30 in the morning with a horrifying wake-up call.
Так, время 2:30. Ночи, ясно, понятно. Какая-то хуйня долбит мне в окно. Но только там, блядь, никого нету. Не знаю, отсюда видно, не видно. Никого нет. Жутко, что пиздец нахуй. Все, блядь, я под одеяло.
You probably already know that 2:30 AM is part of the witching hour, and nothing good ever happens during that period. Whatever is knocking at his window has somehow been able to knock the glass out of the frame inwards. Either the building really needs an upgrade, or there's something strange going on. He tried to brush it off as the first option, but for 3 straight months the banging persisted. It seems as though when he took the mirror away from the window and faced whatever the hell it was, it moved on to knocking on his door. It's odd that the second he turned the light on, the banging stopped. A few commenters seemed suspicious that the cat did not seem fazed at all by the activity. Normally cats are known to be sensitive to any kind of paranormal activity, so this is definitely strange. But how the hell could that banging be happening? We know it was powerful enough to break the window, so what the hell is going on? The activity continued for a while, but it all became a bit too much when he realised he may have accidentally let something in. He says that after this he didn't wait to see if anything else happened. He just packed up and left immediately. When he returned in the morning, he says he opened the closet that the stuff fell out of and it was completely empty. After he opened that window, he realised the error of his ways and installed a security camera, knowing that his tormentor was now reigning free inside his home. And this is what he caught. He knew he was beat, so he left the flat and went to live with his girlfriend. For 7 months straight, he tried to put the place out of his mind. But one evening, he was inexplicably drawn back to the front door. When he arrived, he saw that the place was in complete disarray. Things were strewn all across the floor and furniture tipped up. He was mighty confused because he knew that nobody but him had the key, and he hadn't set foot inside since he left 7 months ago. So what the hell could have made such a mess? He says that the knocking had stopped just before he left to surf between his friends and his girlfriend's places, but it seems to have been exchanged with something much more violent. As he tiptoed through the remains of his things, he felt a strange presence lingering nearby. So he decided to get the hell out of there. But he couldn't just leave that mystery unsolved. So he returned a few days later to reset up the bedroom security camera. The clip he provided from this final day is apparently edited down from a 30-minute video. How could so many things be moving in so many different directions? We know that the flat is tiny, so there's nowhere for anyone to hide at all. At least he knows how the flat got in such a state when he was away. Could this be the work of a poltergeist who he had accidentally gave full access to his home? Or is there something a bit suspicious about the whole thing? We may never know, as this guy hasn't posted anything for years. This was one of the last videos he posted before vanishing, so it's all up to speculation now. A poltergeist told me you enjoy scary videos like this, but don't subscribe just yet. We'll earn your subscription by the end of this scary compilation. Number 5. Playing with fire. When this group of amateur videographers were catching some scenic shots in the woods, they expected to be running through the pathways after wildlife. What they didn't expect was to be sprinting after an age-old terrifying legend. Take a look. What the hell was that? It's definitely the figure of a human clad in robes and holding a ball of fire. Almost as soon as it appeared, it vanished into thin air. But what could it be? The clip was recorded in the Tuxtlas region of Mexico, and after a little bit of digging, we were able to find some posts that allude to an old-age Mexican legend of witches, specifically fire witches. According to a few Mexican locals, there has always been a rich storytelling history of all sorts of paranormal figures, but the strangest phenomena is undeniably the balls of fire. This person on Reddit claims they and their family have seen throughout their lives. They say that they believe them to be witches in their elemental form, and were often seen dancing around with each other for hours on end. Cackling can also be heard in the presence of the fireballs. They're also known to appear atop of hills and in forests, and some have said they could even be angels or saints. What do you think it could be? Number 4. Slumber Party. Haunted apartments sound like foolproof recipes for a terrifying time, which is why most of us try to stay as far away from them. Except for this guy over on Blogger Sky Bypass, who, for some reason, needed to get his fill of creepy confined spaces. He stumbled upon the strange apartment in the centre of St. Petersburg after asking his circles for any leads on spooky activity, and one of his friends came through. He learned that the apartment he would be spending his time investigating was communal between two families, and his friend's grandmother had lived there before. When she suddenly died one day, a load of children supposedly visited the place, with nobody really knowing who they were or what they wanted. So, armed with all that knowledge, he suited up with all his recording equipment and headed inside, and ended up wishing he had never sniffed around.
Это сейчас ты был? Что это за голос? Ты можешь что-нибудь показать, продемонстрировать себя? Сделай еще что-нибудь.
Alongside slamming doors, he also heard the strange sounds of petering feet and whispering voices. That's the undeniable sound of children running away and giggling. Could they be the spirits of all the children who visited the flat all those years ago? What happened to them inside there? We know there's nobody else there but him. The place someone hidden could clear their throats and you would hear them. So who or what could be lurking inside the apartment? Number 3. Take a break. When you clock into your shift, you tend to be thinking of two things, your break and then your home time. But for the people working in this place, the staff canteen is no longer a place to kick back and relax for half an hour, because there's a paranormal punch in the face with its feet up waiting for them. They set up a camera after weeks of staff complaining about some kind of unseen presence tormenting them on their canteen breaks. And they ended up catching some small bits of strangeness, but it started getting a bit more serious when they caught this clip. That guy took zero chances. He'd be the one to survive in the horror film for sure.
Nope. Nope.
He seemed to be the only one in there, so we aren't sure how the packet moved. The way the description is written does make it seem as though these guys would be prone to pranks. It just doesn't seem plausible that that's all they would have done if they were trying to really scare someone. But it all gets more confusing with the last clip they were able to catch in the canteen. The package moved both left and right, falling when pulled to the right. So if someone were pulling on a string, they wouldn't be able to create that effect. So what's going on? The door blocking the right side of the room and the window being open on the left wall do make the clip a little sus. Two people could be hiding, holding a string each, but then how does that explain the video with the staff member? Is this a canteen poltergeist, or something a little more mischievous? Number 2. Drop a gear. Partying late into the night is always great, until you have to get yourself back home. But this guy and his girlfriend had no worries, because he had just got his bike license and his first ever bike. While maybe somewhat intoxicated, the pair hopped on the bike at 3 AM and headed home. In their tipsy state, they thought it would be a fantastic memory to have, so the girlfriend whipped out her phone and started recording their first romantic nighttime ride. But as her boyfriend turned to take a shortcut home, he dropped a gear and disappeared after he saw something horrifying lingering near the bridge. He didn't tell his girlfriend what he saw at first, hoping he could just keep it to himself. But when she reviewed the footage later on, her blood ran cold, and she posted it online to see what people thought it was. Look what she caught. That's enough to have anyone reaching for a spare pair of pants. At first glance, it looks like a person in a weird Halloween mask and a black hoodie, but when you look a little closer, you'll notice something petrifying. The entity doesn't have any shadow, meaning it most likely isn't human in almost every kind of spooky folklore. Watch out next time you go to take a shortcut at night, because those eyes might be watching you through the darkness. Number 1. Cave dwellings. This guy normally couldn't get enough of rural bike tracks. He loved looking at what nature had to offer, so when he stumbled upon a little stone cave opening, he had to go take a look. After sussing it out, he went to look at some more of the forest. But when he returned to his bike, he noticed one of the things had been dragged to the front of the opening, so he decided to see if there was anything inside. Which was when he realised maybe the rural tracks weren't for him anymore.
Bro, is that my fork? What? Hello?
No.
Why is that? Hello? What the hell? Bro, I don't care about my bike. Hello? Is anybody there? I don't know, dude. Am I just hearing things? Hello? What the? Yep, nope, I'm good.
Did you notice all the little bones in front of the opening as well? Where they came from is anyone's guess. It could have been some kind of animal.
No.
Why is that?
Maybe even one that can mimic human voices like some species
Just hearing
do.
things?
But surely, an avid biker like him would have known the difference. Yet, whatever he heard, whatever he saw, was enough to send him bolting through the trees, leaving behind everything, his gear, his bike, and any thought of turning back.
What the? Yep, nope, I'm good.
Hey, have you watched the latest scary video on our second channel, Sleep is Cancelled? Click here to watch it now, and don't forget to stay in the dark.
Trying to keep his sanity intact, he got up close to inspect the doll.
I know you